Welcome back to the Venom Workshop. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing the starter in this X22GT 250. It's not terrible to change, but you are going to have to reach underneath, disconnect the battery, things like that. So other than that, you're going to need an 8mm and a 10mm wrench. You'll need an 8mm socket. The starter is actually in a pretty good place to wiggle out of, so it's not hard to get it off. They made it pretty open and easy to get to. So here, let's take a quick look, and then I'll start disconnecting batteries and everything like that. But if we go down here on the left-hand side of our bike, and we look right here, this is our starter. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the battery wires because I don't want any power running through that while I'm trying to take that starter off. And then there's just there's a 10mm bolt on the top here, and that's what holds the wire on. And then there's two 8mm that hold the starter in place. Once you take them 8mm off, it'll come right out. You might have to wiggle it a bit to get it off. It's not a huge deal, and lining it back up can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but we'll work through that together. It's not going to be that bad. So first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery, which is right down in through there. And all you have to do is take that red wire off. You don't have to take everything off. I'm just going to reach up underneath to do it. I'll show you what I do. I just go up underneath here. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver. And I might as well go ahead and grab my 10mm and my 8mm socket. So I need an 8mm socket and a 10mm wrench, and that's it. Like I said, it's not that difficult to do. So first, like I said, we're just going to disconnect the battery. Okay, so I'm on the... I'm on the battery post there now. There we go. So I just have to loosen it off. Okay. Okay, so my power wire is off already. So just let it hang down. You want to make sure that it doesn't touch on the side of that post when you're doing anything. So we'll just let it hang down like that. Right over there. I'm going to come back here to our starter. Pull this little red cap off. Just pull it back. You just have to get a 10mm wrench in there and loosen it off. There we go. Not quite enough to get with my fingers yet, but there we go. And now we got our power wire off. Let's just take out these 8mm bolts. Oops. Goodness. They were on there tight. remove those. There we go. Okay, so now you just have to kind of wiggle it back and forth and kind of pull it at the same time. I'll try to move the camera away because I want to get my other hand in here. There we go. So that's out, just like that. Then we can just drop it down like that, and our starter's out. Okay, so there's our starter. So all you would do is put your new starter in. It's gonna be the same type of thing to do. It's just you're gonna have to put it, kind of wiggle it into place once you get it there. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with this starter. So I'm gonna put it back on. I just want to give it a wipe off and clean up first, and I will be right back. All right, so I got my starter cleaned up, but I wanted you to see the starter hole. I know it's difficult to see, but if we turn the camera sideways, there it is. And you'll see your start gear sitting right there. So you're gonna wanna line up your starter with your start gear. And it's not that hard. We're just gonna wiggle it a little bit back and forth when we put it in, and it should go in all right. So you go in from the bottom, like this, back up, and line it up with the hole. And then just wiggle it back and forth till it snaps into place, just like that. And then we can put our 8mm bolts back in. There we are. Just got one started. And I got the other one started. There you go. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we take our power wire for our starter, put it back up on the bolt for the starter. Oops. And we just have to start our nuts. And then we just have to tighten up our starter bolt, or our starter nut here. There we go. Now put your little cap back in place because you don't want that to arc out. And then this hose can go back up in there like that. And now I just have to go to the back, or back to the front. Hook up my battery again. Just like that. just gonna go ahead and put my bolt through my wire. Oops, like that. Then I can go to the post of the battery and tighten the bolt and the nut. There we go. Okay. Okay, now I just need my screwdriver, tighten it, and we'll try to start this. Okay. There we go. There we go. There. Slip the rubber cap over the top. And that's it. So our battery's hooked up, our starter's all hooked up. Let's try it. Okay, come up here. Still on the bike, we got power. I see the timer clock's on. Rotate the throttle a few times, grab a brake, and so there you go, guys. So that right there is how you change your starter in your X22GT 250.